Welcome to Spiritual Penetration, where we embark on a profound journey into the heart of the world's most mysterious natural wonder. Before us lies the Amazon, a sprawling emerald expanse that breathes life into our planet and holds secrets of ancient evolution. This is the lungs of the Earth, a critical biological pump that inhales carbon dioxide and exhales the oxygen we breathe. Like a giant serpent, the river winds through the landscape, feeding the roots of billions of trees in this vast ecosystem. Every second here is a cycle of life and death, driven by the intense tropical sun and the heavy, nourishing rains. Water is the blood of this forest, circulating nutrients and energy through a complex network that sustains every living creature here. Beneath the canopy, a mystical world exists where light is a precious commodity fought for by every sapling and climbing vine. These ancient roots anchor the forest floor, storing billions of tons of carbon that would otherwise heat our fragile atmosphere. We are descending into a vertical city of nature, where life is organized in layers from the sunny top to the dark bottom. Flashes of brilliant color break the green monotony as birds navigate the complex airways of this dense and chaotic botanical metropolis. Hidden gems like these orchids display the delicate beauty that thrives amidst the fierce competition for survival in the jungle. Walking here feels like stepping back in time into a primordial world that has remained largely unchanged for millions of years. The air itself is thick with life, carrying spores, seeds, and the silent chemical signals of plants communicating with one another. Insects are the unsung heroes here, pollinating the flowers and serving as the foundation for the entire complex food web. Small streams like this one eventually join forces to feed the mighty Amazon River, the largest drainage system on Earth. This massive body of water dictates the rhythm of life for millions of species, controlling the climate and the seasons. During the rainy season, the forest floor transforms into an aquatic world, creating a unique habitat known as the flooded forest. Fish migrate into the forest to feed on fallen fruits and seeds, playing a crucial role in dispersing the trees. High above the water, primates rule the canopy, moving with acrobatic precision to find the ripest fruits and safest sleeping spots. From space, the Amazon appears as a singular, living organism, a vital organ that regulates the health of our global climate. It is estimated that this region is home to an astounding 390 billion trees belonging to diverse species. With over 16,000 different tree species, the botanical diversity here is unmatched by any other ecosystem on the planet. Some giants pierce the canopy ceiling, standing tall to capture the maximum amount of sunlight and dominate the skyline. As the sun begins to set, the day shift retires, and the forest prepares for the awakening of the nocturnal creatures. Under the cover of darkness, a different set of predators and prey emerge to continue the eternal struggle for survival. The night chorus of the Amazon is a symphony of insects and frogs, a deafening reminder of the life teeming everywhere. Morning returns, bringing with it the heat and humidity that fuels the rapid growth of this incredible botanical paradise. The boundary between land and water is blurred here, creating a dynamic zone where aquatic and terrestrial lives constantly intersect. The giant water lilies are a testament to the competition for light, spreading their massive leaves to dominate the water surface. Now let us delve deeper into the specific lives of the creatures that call this immense and challenging environment their home. Among the shadows of the undergrowth stalks the undisputed king of the Amazon rainforest, the powerful and elusive jaguar. With a coat designed for perfect camouflage, this apex predator blends seamlessly into the dappled light of the jungle floor. It moves with absolute silence, a master of stealth whose spotted coat mimics the shifting shadows of the leaves above. The jaguar possesses the strongest bite force of all big cats, capable of crushing turtle shells and piercing caiman skulls. Unlike most cats, the jaguar loves the water and is a strong swimmer, expanding its hunting ground into the rivers. It hunts with explosive power, launching ambush attacks from the riverbanks to catch unsuspecting prey in the water below. Even the armored caimans are not safe from this supreme hunter, who drags them from their aquatic sanctuary onto land. The jaguar is also an agile climber, often hauling its kill into the trees or resting high above the ground. Its massive paws are equipped with sharp, retractable claws that provide grip for climbing and deadly precision for capturing prey. Despite their ferocity, female jaguars are dedicated mothers, fiercely protecting and teaching their cubs the skills of survival. Territory is crucial for these solitary animals, and they will defend their hunting grounds aggressively against any intruding rivals. To look into the eyes of a jaguar is to see the raw, untamed spirit of the Amazon wilderness itself. As it vanishes into the shadows, the forest holds its breath, respecting the silent passage of its true jungle king. Beneath the calm surface of the Amazon's waters lurks another giant, a silent constrictor of immense power and size. The green anaconda is the heaviest snake in the world, a muscular cylinder designed to crush the life out of prey. Its eyes are positioned on top of its head, allowing it to see while remaining almost completely submerged and hidden. Excellent camouflage allows this giant serpent to disappear into the murky waters, waiting patiently for a thirsty animal to approach. When it strikes, it is with blinding speed, latching onto its victim with backward curving teeth that prevent any escape. It does not use venom, but relies on constriction, squeezing tighter every time its prey exhales until the breath is gone. Its jaws can unhinge to swallow prey much larger than its own head, providing a meal that lasts for months. After feeding, the giant snake becomes sluggish and vulnerable, often retreating to a quiet spot to digest its massive meal.
For the right to mate.
These scales not only protect its body, but also help it sense vibrations in the water, alerting it to movement. Females are significantly larger than males, and during mating season, they form breeding balls that can last for several weeks. As it slips back into the depths, the river returns to a deceptive calm, hiding the monster that dwells within. Sharing these waters is another prehistoric predator, the black caiman, a living relic that has ruled these rivers for eons. It is the largest predator in the Amazon basin, a heavily armored reptile that can grow to over 5 meters. Its jaws are designed to clamp down with crushing force, ensuring that once it bites, nothing can easily escape. While they are apex predators, they often feed on fish, including piranhas, keeping the population of other species in check. Surprisingly, female caimans are protective mothers, guarding their nests and listening for the calls of their hatchlings to assist them. Patience is its greatest weapon. It can remain motionless for hours,
The three-toed
perfectly
sloth,
camouflaged as a
adapted
piece
to
of
life in the
driftwood.
canopy.
From
Moves with a
below, its
slowness
dark silhouette
unparalleled
strikes
in the animal
fear
kingdom.
into the hearts of aquatic prey, casting a shadow of imminent danger. These two titans, the jaguar and the caiman, represent the eternal battle for dominance at the top of the food chain. High in the canopy, life moves at a different pace for the sloth, the world's slowest mammal, surviving by conserving energy. Its slow movements are an adaptation to a low-calorie diet of leaves, which provide very little energy for activity. Its fur hosts a unique ecosystem of algae and moths, which provides camouflage, turning the sloth green to match the leaves. Digestion is a slow process for the sloth, taking up to a month to fully process a single meal of leaves. Infants cling to their mothers for months, learning which leaves are safe to eat and inheriting the microbiome they need. Surprisingly, sloths are capable swimmers, using their long arms to paddle across rivers in search of new territory or mates. They spend most of their lives sleeping or resting, making them difficult for predators like the harpy eagle to spot. A splash of vibrant color announces the presence of the toucan, famous for its oversized and brightly colored beak. This magnificent beak is not just for show. It is a precision tool for reaching fruit on thin, distant branches. It tosses food into the air and catches it, a necessary maneuver because its long beak makes swallowing directly difficult. The beak also acts as a radiator, regulating body temperature by releasing excess heat into the air like a biological air conditioner. Despite the beak's size, it is incredibly light, made of a honeycomb of keratin that allows the bird to fly. They nest in hollow tree trunks, often using their intimidating appearance to deter smaller predators from entering their homes. The mood of the forest changes rapidly as heavy clouds gather, signaling the arrival of the life-giving tropical rains. Rain here is intense and sudden, transforming the landscape and replenishing the water levels of the vast river system. From December to May, the rainy season causes the river to rise dramatically, creating a unique aquatic labyrinth. Fish swim where jaguars once walked, and the forest floor becomes a feeding ground for aquatic species of all sizes. The magical pink river dolphin navigates these flooded woods, using echolocation to hunt in the complex, murky environment. These intelligent creatures are the stuff of legends, adapted perfectly to life in this ever-changing freshwater world. As the rain subsides, the forest glistens with renewed energy, the cycle of hydration complete for another day. This abundance of water and light fuels an explosion of growth, maintaining the dense biomass that defines the Amazon. However, this paradise is under siege, facing a threat far more dangerous than any predator: the encroachment of humanity. Deforestation has already claimed nearly 1/5 of the rainforest, clearing ancient trees for agriculture, cattle ranching, and logging.
I found traces of the rare orchid near the
Fires, often
stream.
set intentionally to clear land,
Good.
release
Let's compare
massive
that with
amounts
the
of
data
stored
from the
carbon
eastern
back
sector.
into the atmosphere, accelerating climate change. For the animals, this means the loss of their homes, their food sources, and the fragmentation of their genetic populations. Yet there are guardians of the forest. Indigenous communities have lived in harmony with this ecosystem for thousands of years. Their knowledge of the forest is profound, understanding the medicinal properties of plants and the rhythms of the seasons. They are the frontline defenders, fighting to protect their ancestral lands and the biodiversity that sustains us all. Nature is resilient, and with our help and protection, the forest can heal and reclaim the land it has lost. Science and tradition must work together to find sustainable solutions that allow both humans and nature to thrive. The Amazon is more than just a forest. It is a global heritage, a vital organ of our living planet. From the smallest insect to the mighty jaguar, every life here is interconnected in a delicate and beautiful web. As the sun sets on the Amazon, we are reminded of our responsibility to ensure that this sun does not set on its existence. The river flows on, indifferent to our presence, but its future depends entirely on the choices we make today. Thank you for watching Spiritual Penetration. Together we can protect this vital legacy for the future generations of all living things. Let us look closer at the hidden wonders, like these glowing fungi that illuminate the forest floor like natural lanterns. Leaf-cutter ants are the farmers of the insect world, cultivating fungus gardens in their massive underground colonies with precision. They can carry loads many times their own body weight, stripping a tree of its foliage in a single night. Deep in the burrows waits the Goliath bird eater, a spider so large it is capable of hunting small birds and rodents. Despite its fearsome appearance, it plays a vital role in controlling the population of insects and small animals on the ground. Beauty can be deadly here. The poison dart frog carries enough toxin in its skin to kill 10 grown men. Indigenous hunters have historically used these potent toxins on the tips of their blow darts to hunt for food effectively. They are also devoted parents, carrying their tadpoles on their backs to high pools of water in bromeliad plants. These plants act as high-rise swimming pools, providing a safe nursery for aquatic life high above the dangerous ground. The loudest land animal in the Amazon, the howler monkey, uses its voice to declare territory that can be heard miles away. They live in social troops, spending most of their time digesting toxic leaves that other monkeys cannot eat. The ruler of the skies is the harpy eagle, a massive raptor with talons as large as a grizzly bear's claws. It is powerful enough to snatch sloths and monkeys directly from the trees, striking with silent and deadly precision. Navigating the dense canopy at high speeds requires incredible agility and eyesight, making it the ultimate aerial predator. In the rivers, the giant otters are the noisy wolves of the water, hunting in cooperative family packs. They are fearless and voracious, consuming large amounts of fish daily and even driving away caimans from their territory. Their social bonds are strong, and they communicate with a complex vocabulary of screams, whistles, and hums. Lianas are the cables of the forest, knitting the trees together and providing pathways for animals to travel without touching the ground. The strangler fig begins life high in the branches, sending roots down to the ground and eventually suffocating its host. Once the host tree dies and rots away, the fig stands alone, a hollow column of roots that becomes a home for many. The piranha's reputation is legendary, but they are often scavengers, cleaning the river of dead and sick animals. When food is scarce or blood is sensed, they can strip a carcass to the bone in a matter of minutes. The arapaima is a river monster, one of the largest freshwater fish, breathing air to survive in oxygen-poor waters. Its scales are so tough that even piranha teeth cannot penetrate them, a living tank patrolling the Amazon waterways. The hoatzin is a strange bird that digests leaves like a cow, earning it the nickname of the stink bird. Its chicks possess claws on their wings, allowing them to climb trees, a rare trait linking them to their dinosaur ancestors. Camouflage is the primary defense for many insects, blending so perfectly with bark or leaves that they become invisible. Others advertise their danger with bright colors and venomous spines, warning predators that a meal would be their last. The bullet ant delivers the most painful sting of any insect, described as walking over flaming charcoal with a nail in your heel. Some indigenous tribes use these ants in initiation rituals, a test of endurance and courage to mark the transition to manhood. Local communities rely on the river's bounty, practicing sustainable fishing methods that have fed their families for generations. The river is also a highway for trade, connecting isolated villages and allowing the exchange of forest goods and produce. Fruits like acai are now global superfoods, providing economic opportunities that encourage the preservation of the standing forest. Rubber tapping is another sustainable practice. They are often accompanied by birds that pick insects from their fur, a perfect example of mutual cooperation in nature. The tapir is the gardener of the forest, eating fruits and dispersing seeds far and wide through its waste. When threatened, the tapir dives into the water, using its long snout as a snorkel to breathe while hiding. Survival is never guaranteed. Prey animals have evolved keen senses and defensive strategies to evade even the best hunters. Reptiles like the tegu lizard thrive here, cold-blooded hunters that rely on the sun to fuel their metabolism. Hummingbirds are jewels of the air, beating their wings dozens of times per second to hover and drink nectar. Their nests are marvels of architecture, often bound together with spider silk to stretch as the babies grow. Where nutrients are scarce, some plants have turned the tables, becoming predators that trap and digest insects for food. Patches of spiny bamboo create impenetrable fortresses, providing a unique habitat for specialists adapted to this environment. The world's smallest monkey, the pygmy marmoset, farms sap by gnawing holes in tree bark and licking the exudate. They are so small they can fit in a human hand, yet they are fierce defenders of their sap trees. In the dry season, vast sandbars emerge from the receding river, becoming nesting grounds for turtles and birds. Thousands of river turtles gather to lay their eggs in the sand, a feast for predators and a race for survival. When they hatch, it is a chaotic dash to the water, with predators waiting at every turn to snatch a meal. The Jaguar stork, with its massive beak and imposing height, patrols the shallows, hunting for fish and small reptiles. Drifting silently through these creeks allows one to witness the intimate moments of forest life without disturbing the peace. Some flowers only open at night, inviting beetles to enter and trapping them until morning to ensure pollination. Bats are the night shift pollinators and hunters. Some have even evolved to snatch fish from the river surface. Nectar-feeding bats are crucial for the reproduction of many rainforest plants, carrying pollen over vast distances in the dark. Where the river meets the sea, mangroves create a unique brackish ecosystem that serves as a nursery for ocean life. Crabs scuttle among the roots, recycling nutrients and keeping the mud aerated for the mangrove trees to breathe. The scarlet ibis brings a shock of red to the coast, their color derived from the crustaceans they eat. Storms here are violent and electric, showcasing the raw energy of the atmosphere interacting with the biosphere. When a giant falls, it is a tragedy for the tree, but an opportunity for the saplings waiting in the darkness. The race for the gap is fierce. Only the fastest and strongest will claim the vacancy in the canopy. Termites are the recyclers, breaking down tough wood and returning nutrients to the soil to fuel new growth. The giant anteater, with its bizarre shape, is perfectly evolved to raid these fortresses, licking up thousands of insects. Its tongue can flick in and out 150 times per minute, coated in sticky saliva to trap prey. A baby anteater rides on its mother's back, aligning its stripe with hers to become invisible to predators. Courtship displays in the forest are elaborate. The mannequin bird performs a moonwalk dance to impress a potential mate. The white bellbird produces the loudest bird call ever recorded, a metallic clang that sounds like a hammer hitting an anvil. On the western slopes, the Amazon rises into the Andes, becoming a cloud forest where the air is eternally cool and damp. Here lives the spectacled bear, the only bear in South America, a shy vegetarian that loves bromeliads in fruit. The journey of the Amazon water begins here, in the melting glaciers of the Andes, thousands of miles from the sea. Gravity pulls the water down through canyons and rapids, gathering momentum and sediment on its long journey east. A natural phenomenon occurs where the black water of the Rio Negro meets the sandy Amazon, flowing side by side without mixing. Differences in temperature, speed, and density keep these waters separate for miles, creating a stunning visual contrast. The acidic black waters are home to the discus fish, the king of the aquarium, adapted to this unique chemical environment. Palm swamps act as carbon sinks and provide the aguaje fruit, a staple food for both animals and humans. Macaws gather at clay licks to eat mineral-rich soil, which helps neutralize the toxins found in the seeds they eat. This gathering is a social event as well as a pharmacy visit, a spectacular display of color and noise. Protected reserves are vital sanctuaries, allowing nature to regenerate without the pressure of logging or illegal hunting. Modern technology helps conservationists monitor vast areas, detecting illegal activities in real time to prevent destruction. The forest is the world's largest pharmacy. Many modern medicines originate from compounds found in Amazonian plants. Curare, once a deadly arrow poison, is now used in surgery as a muscle relaxant, saving countless lives worldwide. Scientists believe that less than 1% of Amazonian plants have been fully studied for their medicinal potential. New species are discovered regularly, proving that we still have much to learn about this complex biological treasure chest. Beauty and mystery intertwine here, creating a landscape that feels both alien and deeply connected to our own survival. The moon dictates the tides even this far inland, influencing the river levels and the behavior of nocturnal animals. Moonflowers bloom in the silver light, offering their nectar to bats and moths in a silent, nocturnal exchange. The jaguar is at home in the dark, its night vision 6 times better than a human's, owning the night. The night monkey is the only nocturnal monkey, evolving large eyes to navigate the dark canopy without falling. The emerald tree boa waits in ambush, its green scales making it invisible among the leaves until it strikes. Its long front teeth are designed to penetrate layers of feathers, snatching birds from their perches while they sleep. As dawn breaks, the night shift retires, and the forest erupts once again into a cacophony of morning calls. TD monkeys wake up and entwine their tails, a gesture of bonding and love that strengthens their family connection. Energy returns to the forest floor as small birds begin their daily search for insects and fallen fruits. Army ants are on the march, a nomadic superorganism that devours everything in its path, flushing out other creatures. Clever birds follow the swarm, not to eat the ants, but to catch the insects fleeing from the marching horde. Viewing the Amazon from above, one realizes the sheer magnitude of this biological machine and its importance to us. It creates its own weather, a self-sustaining cycle that has persisted through ice ages and geological shifts. A rainbow marks the end of the storm, a symbol of the fleeting beauty that requires specific conditions to exist. The future of the Amazon lies in the hands of the children who live there and the global community. Sustainable farming like shade-grown cacao proves that we can harvest from the forest without destroying its structure. The Brazil nut tree can only be pollinated by a specific orchid bee, making it impossible to grow in plantations. This complex dependency reminds us that you cannot save a single species without saving the entire ecosystem it relies on. Every species is a thread in the tapestry. Pull one out, and the whole fabric begins to unravel. But nature is forgiving. Given time and space, the forest can return, reclaiming the land with astonishing speed. The Amazon is not just a South American treasure. It is a global necessity for climate stability and biodiversity. Our choices, from what we buy to who we elect, have a direct impact on the future of this forest. The river will keep flowing, but will it flow through a vibrant jungle or a silent, barren wasteland? The eyes of the Jaguar watch us, waiting to see if we will be the destroyers or the guardians. Let us choose to be guardians, to respect the wild, and to preserve this miracle for all time. As the day ends, the Amazon breathes on, a living testament to the power and mystery of our natural world. This has been a journey into the lungs of our planet, a place of wonder, danger, and infinite beauty. May the spirit of the Amazon penetrate our hearts and inspire us to act before it is too late. Thank you for joining us on this expedition. Please subscribe to Spiritual Penetration for more journeys into the unknown. Until next time, keep your spirit open to the wonders of the world. Goodbye and take care.